Game 3 na mga idol, 1-1 score. Sobrang ganda ng laban. Aura Faya laban sa ONIC Esports. Pinasok na si Kiboy. Pinalitan si si Samot.
Very one-dimensional. Yeah. But you know, high and dry, you need to build full damage and you need to play it like an assassin. Yeah, that's the problem. But here, Aura, they pick up the Yeez and
Yan na nga. The Aura Faya.
To Poppy in the XQ.
This is interesting, right? Because when we thought that
Okay, tingnan natin yung drop. 1-1 Akay Nata. Yung Kadita banable talaga, no? Binaban talaga ng ONIC sa Aura. Tas Pani para miss.
I actually want to add, no, Paquito's not on 100% win rate. It's 100% win rate.
Bea Valentina. Tingnan natin, ha.
Just now, it was picked up as a jungler and lost with the high and dry. ONIC Esports with the final pick. Esmeralda still open up against a Matilda and a Yves. They can't make the choice, but they go for the Joe. T-Boy's signature pick.
Okay, this will be a big problem for the Yves itself because she will not have a safe space without looking at the map first, looking where the Cho is. And if we take a look at the Aura Fire's draft with Matilda and Paquito in their minds, in their hands, that means that Aura Fire's movement will be
masakit din kasing Amon talaga yun, no?
Inside or outside the team fight. And here are the head-to-head between High and Kylie.
wow.
Yun na nga. May password po. Kamo ito kaya password.
Respect that taking it away as an option for High to use, and when we saw how much damage he was able to utilize, and even onto the tanks, it was just a little too much for them to handle, I suppose, and that is going to be bad that they have brought forth. Aura Fire, though, on the other hand, have opted for the dominant ban, so taking it away also for Kylie.
Ganik go! Semangat Kiboy! Grabe si Kiboy. O yun na nga! Ang dami, no? Ang dami ng mga mga kadilawan dyan, ha? Ang dami, oh. Oh? Parang every laban, iba-iba, no? Grabe naman yung mga kadilawan dyan.
Yeah, we've seen High using Kufra as a jungler, we've seen High using Valentina as a jungler, so we could have some surprise pick from Aura Fire themselves. But
pumuputi na rin si Sans, no? Nag-skincare na rin siya.
They ban towards Ling and Eamon, but they are still having some potential if we're talking about the XP lane. They still have some potential to take down
Mobius,
but no. Mobius has been picked by ONIC Esports, and this will be some big matchup against Matilda and Paquito since they are...
Yura na lang magdapat-tapat dyan, Yura.
They will be prohibited really strictly by Mobius to not using their dash, and which means that this
Yura
is some straight deny pick to Aura Fire. They are not being allowed to use Assassin Jungler in this game.
This brings me to the assumption that the Paquito is going to be...
May nata pa pala, oh. Pwede pa magnata.
So no longer reflects because they did ban out the Esmeralda, but in response, ONIC has...
Oh, Yuzong!
Wow! High is going to be using that attack in the jungle for sure, and this is going to be Kabuki's signature Yuzong diving into the backline to disrupt whatever pressure.
Yuzong na itan, yun na nga.
Oh, it's very risky.
Napaka-risky nga talaga, napaka-risky.
As I said before, with the Ling
sobrang risky talaga niyan.
Aura Fire needs some sort of price back, and here we are. We are surprised really well with the appearance of Yuzong.
Yun na nga, yun na nga.
One more pick from ONIC Esports, and they seem to need some junglers, and Lancelot it is.
Ay, Lancelot.
Easily dive in.
Yan, pwede yan, pwede. Lamang sa turtle.
He's going to fall off really quickly.
Nice one.
Maybe 13 or maybe 14 minutes into the game.
Parang dali yata dito, nadali yata.
But like you mentioned, they go for the high risk, high reward hero. Lancelot on the hands of someone as talented as Kyrie mechanically. is very scary, especially because you already have a very immobile hero in the jungle.
Yun na nga.
Natan. Kyrie on the Lancelot. Will it be good?
Yun na
or
nga
not?
lalo.
This time we will see. A lot
Mamigay ka rin.
things coming in, but now
Nagutom
we are
ako, guys,
going
eh.
to get ready for the final game of the series.
Nagutom ako, ang ganda ng laban.
I do believe if it goes all the way to the late stages or the mid game, Aura might have a little bit of an edge, but we're gonna jump straight into the portal for the decider, ladies and gentlemen. ONIC Esports versus Aura Fire.
May sumisigaw dun eh, no?
Live here for
Lakas ng
both
tama.
of the teams to make it into that upper bracket slot here in week number 5. And as you can see here, Zodiva is going to be on the Matilda, so expect very aggressive plays here. Usually, because that's what we usually see with Zodiva.
Oy!
Expect Kyrie to bring Demon Slayer. Yeah, Kyrie, Demon Slayer, Boots opted to go for
Seryoso,
Average
Nathan,
on the
ano?
focus. So he wants to get that power spike faster.
Nathan
Meanwhile, in the
Jungle?
lane, that's to be Kyrie jumping in again. Zodiva
Yun
takes it
lang.
down for sure. First blood already by ONIC Esports onto the hands of Kyrie. Presented to you by
Oy!
Galaxy.
Oy!
Fluffy jumps in. Keyboard able to
Munti
push
ka
her
na.
out. High goes for Retribution. Wins it out against Kyrie. Flame shot coming in as well as Sans wants to keep it going, but they will both disengage.
Wow. With Lancelot in mind,
Wow.
we can see
Uy,
that
aura na, oh,
the
aura na, oh.
main area for ONIC Esports, they have to do some really quick win for this game because as we all know, Lancelot has a really bad follow-up in late game
Kanina yung
area,
binoto
and
nila,
considering
puro
that
ONIC,
Aura
natalo yung
has
ONIC eh.
Fluffy, which
Talo
will
siguro Aura ngayon.
always and will be permanently scaled up by his items. This
Shoutout
will
kay
be
JJ
some
Lina.
kind of Assassin versus assassin power, even though Paquito is a violent.
But also remember that Kabuki's not on a marksman either, so if it goes to that
Naka
matchup,
Nathan,
you
tapos
wanna
predict
see who
nila,
is
ano,
gonna be
panalo,
the
ano.
late game. You also have to consider that
Ganun ba
Kabuki
kalakas
player
mag-Yusong
is
to?
still as well as CW on the Matrix when it comes down to the later stage of the game. And so, as Boots, Focus is also going to steal when it comes down to it. So,
Yusong gold eh,
very
no?
difficult matchup. I'm not really sure who is going to be in the upper hand. I do believe ONIC Esports, though, with CW, with Boots as well as Sans, might probably have a better...
Okay, level 4 lahat, level 4 lahat.
Kai picked up the Natan because they don't have that late game insurance in the gold lane. So they should
Level-
go over
level
to
4 lahat sa
the
ONIC.
jungle. He won't have
Wala nang di maagaw ng ano yan.
when it comes to the wave
Chance
clear,
lang
but
maagaw
it's
niyan,
also
mapatay
good as
Lancelot.
you can see, ONIC are first onto the turtle.
Hindi maagaw ng Nathan yan.
It is a risky pick for Aura Fire. First objective taken by ONIC Esports by Kyrie. Turtle Slane presented to you by the Jackson Galaxy.
Late game pa to, late game pa tong ano.
Wow, okay. In the early phase, I
Aura.
can see that ONIC Esports have a quite good and decent also in the rotation scheme where they can take the first turtle. But Aura Fire, when they are using a high jump,
Sinasapak si Kyrie, oh.
this will be a big problem because as we all know, Nathan is really item dependent heroes. So yeah, his item need a cooldown reduction for the passive to stay up and on the maximum side, or maybe take the attack speed power to make the most DPS out of Nathan. And as we can see from the item itself, Nathan is using the killing spree emblem plus the penetration and the movement.
Galing ni CW.
And
of the talent.
this means
Pinapaka...
that- What was that?
That was a prediction.
What's the flick
Pinapakapal
there?
niya yung ano,
So,
yung
very
wave sa top
very
para di siya
aggressive
malugi
as
sa
well.
Yusong.
And this is the thing, Aura Fire, they need to be able to force other things on the map. They can't control the neutral objective because of their composition. So how are they going to translate that? Because so far, Aura Fire,
Oy!
they're in that gold lane, but
Oy!
they want Boots in
Oy!
one situation. That's not going to be able to make it out alive.
Not
Okay
just
lang,
that,
okay lang.
he's actually able to win the trade, popping off the demonic force and just shooing them away, just like you guys can shoo the dandruff
Embed,
from the
embed.
hair with the head and shoulders that you see on screen. Limited edition with Tigreal on the packaging. Kyrie stealing out the purple buff, finishing his Hunter Strike right now.
One thing that I'm concerned with Aura Fire is that Facehugger is using Give in this game, but as we all can see,
Nawalan ng blue yung ano.
there is Boots using
Gago,
Boots.
patay yata
So,
top.
one Astaros Eyes can
Dive na to.
actually
Uy, gago,
define
napok pa siya.
or maybe refuse
Di pa.
the real revelation
Wag,
popped
wag,
out
wag.
by the Facehugger.
Yeah, the station, that's
Yung Yusong lang yung Yusong. Yan.
It seems like Aura Fire aren't actually probably going to look for a different trade on the map. They're going full throttle, setting up for this turtle.
Real world inflation popped in by both of the
Okay.
teams. Kabuki
Wala. Hindi talaga kaya gawin yan. Lancelot eh.
But the demonic force, that's gonna be CW picking up a kill onto Gotiva. No more kills on the board. Buffy trying to open up the map just a bit, but ONIC Esports win another trade. 2-0, kill and turtle.
That's not good. ONIC Esports now with a 1,000 group lead, and it wasn't just any kill. It was a kill for CW. That's not something that you want to beat, especially now that you see that he's able to win that top lane. But Kyrie getting very aggressive here onto Natan, who he knows has very limited movement control.
Ooh, okay, there's some waste resource on the Lancelot itself, but as we all know, it is actually needed to play aggressively against Nathan, especially in this early game, to make a stop on the Nathan's goal itself. And we can see that the goal gap between the jungler, Lancelot, and Nathan is not that high. It's just about 700 gold in a difference.
Naka-cancel.
But the item itself, no, there's no difference in the items, just only in the gold itself. But as we can see on the Aura Fire, Godiva is not doing so much in this game since he is always
Late game pa yung ano eh.
controlled by
Yung Aura
T-Boy.
eh.
And whenever he is going to do some circle eagle, T-Boy is always defending Gibbs at this point.
That's what you can expect from T-Boy. That's something, maybe that's one of the reasons why ONIC Esports have actually opted to move in T-Boy and take Samo out here in this game. Maybe they realized that Samo was playing a little too passively and they needed that aggression.
Oi, top.
You can see now already a play coming from ONIC.
Kyrie already
Yuzong.
CO play coming in. Kabuki is the
Wala, basag lang. Oy, pumasok.
the turret take. Beautiful movement.
Ganda ng ano, pwesto ng Pakito.
CW to pick up the turret for free, but Fluffy bringing the push, goes up the knockout strike.
Gagi, kulang damage.
But he will be taken low. ONIC Esports on the run. Kabuki
Yan
trying
na
to
Yuzong.
run down as well.
Ah!
On to boots. People are gonna get taken down.
Ay!
In.
Patay ata, ubos!
Kyrie
Putsang ganda ng...
on to the members. Kabuki still able to zone away. CW jumps in with a flicker. Not able to finish base under off. Real world inflation popped in onto CW.
Naubos yung buhay nila doon sa ano, Pobius.
Sniping each one.
Ganda pa ng pasok ni Kyrie.
And a triple kill.
What? Did you see CW there? He was caught in that real world manipulation. He used his dash and he was able to use that last night onto face of its
Yung ano talaga nagpapatalo dito, yung prediction. Kung sino yung binoboto ng ano, ng mga prediction talent, ayun yung natatalo. Ayos lang yan ate. Panalo ka pa rin.
Uncontested, Aura Fire now back on the back foot.
He did not care at all about that.
Kinahit pa yung buhok eh, no? Alam niya nandun yung camera sa kanya eh.
Has been inputted to the CW himself, but well, he's just wagging around there and taking the runner and one shot through the heap with 2 bars left. Still can be taken down by CW, and that's a big momentum for ONIC Esports since they wiped out the entire team of ONIC.
Oh!
That's why you pick up the big tricks.
Tanggalin niyo yan si ate. Para focus lang tayo sa laro dito. Ang gulo nyo rin eh.
KDA here in 7th minute.
Tanggalin niyo si ate.
Oh my god, CW is popping off. You're not going to be happy if you're Aura Fire right now, because when you give this much space to CW, he pops off. Kyrie also with a BOD.
Oy, sinasapak na. Ayun, tinanggal na. Sinasapak si Kyrie ni ano eh. Ni Blappy eh.
Aura Fire's quote-unquote safety net was Kabuki. Kabuki to be able to dive into that backline, disrupt CW on that Beatrix. But even now, one Brenner that needs Kabuki to have help. So if he thought that that was achievable, it's going to be very difficult. He needs to itemize fast.
This is some
Okay,
playground for
objective
CW.
lang, basag,
Even
basag.
when we see Lancelot diving
Basag
in,
lang, basag.
he's not going for the kill. He's just doing some poking damage when CW is the real finisher for the ONIC Esports.
Sangit na lang oh.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Right as you say.
Lalim ng Pakito, lalim ng Pakito.
That turret. Buffy's trying to go for
Dali
it.
yata yung
Oh,
Pakito,
he might be
dali.
overextending here. Oh, he goes in for one more jab. Two
Dali.
members
Dali yung
trying to cut
Pakito.
him off. Fluffy against 2 members. Keyboy comes in with a Jikundo. CW's
Oy!
going to one tap him right here. Fluffy!
Oh my!
Ang sakit,
Keyboy
grabe.
trying to catch him. He's able to run away.
Oh!
Cannot get away from CW.
Sniper ah.
What was that? Oh, the snipes! So beautifully placed, so effective,
Sniper,
so
guys.
efficient. And that's CW. We usually see CW not making these flashy plays, but man, his micro has really progressed here in MPL-ID Season 10, and now ONIC Esports once again on
ONIC na to, masyado marami yung buff.
will be able to get this Lord uncontested or a fire, no solution whatsoever.
This is the result when you let Beatrix used by CW.
Yun na nga si ate, lugi ka ate, masyado marami yung kalaban mo eh.
Never miss a shot at all.
Masyadong marami yung kalaban mo eh.
As far as my ninja eyes can see, he did not miss a damage at all using the Renner. And even when we'll take a look at the items itself, using Blade of Despair, and then Hunter Strike Malefic-Order, and then going through, I think it's about Blade of Hephasis that is going to be built by Beatrix. This is going to be quite a lot of damage, and since Kyrie is not really good at late game potential because he's a Lancelot, using Beatrix as the finisher is a really genius thing for the ONIC Esports himself. And even when we see Cho in this game using Radiant Armor, Hercules Belt, Dreadnought Armor, and Leonard Jarkin, he is enough to dive in.
One-sided yung laban na, one-sided ah. Tapos na kaya?
Let's see right here, CW going for the siege on
Lalim ni
the
Kiboy,
the Lord. Kiboy is one of the other members away with the Jikudo as well. They pick up the base turret from
Uy.
mid lane. Kyrie dashing in. Sans doing the same thing, but they are able to find one base turret with the Lord. That's very
10k po siya. Kahit wala nang Lord eh. Kahit wala nang Lord, kaya nilang
They're
tapusin.
gonna keep pushing with the
Oh
minions
my.
flashing here in top and
Di na kailangan ng Lord dito. Ang taba masyado.
Kiboy as well, gonna get knocked up twice as CW.
Pwede na silang gumawa, pwede na silang gumawa. Ang taba oh. Walang item yung mga ano, core.
Kabuki jumping, Kyrie doing the same. He just styling on Aura Fire right now. 11,000 gold lead now, and ONIC Esports decide.
Tinatanggal pa nila yung ano, Yusong eh, no? Wala naman palang gagawin.
Seeing a Beatrix can do a lot of damage to the turret without the minion at all. Let's just take a look at the damage at the top lane before. It's so big that CW doesn't necessarily need the minion to be pushed on the top lane, and we can see that Aura Fire, the only turret that left for the Aura Fire is only the bottom turret, and we can see that in 50 seconds countdown, the Lord is going to pop up, and this Lord is going to be enhanced, and this Lord will have an enhanced.
Ayun na nga, puro siya ate yung cameraman nakakalata na ako ah. Ilang beses binalikan si ate ah.
But one thing that I've noticed
Kaya
is
nga eh.
Samus in this game, he's not using quite a lot of his ultimate because back again, he does not have enough space to take.
Pag sa ONIC lahat pinapakita, tapos pag sa ano, sa Aura isa lang pinapakita. Sobrang bias. Sobrang bias ng ano, ayun oh, pinakita lahat oh. Sa Aura isa lang. Wait.
They don't even need it at this point. Look at the way that they're playing the waves as well. Trying to make Aura Fire from coming out, because if they don't, they're not going to get any gold. Already at 12,000 gold lead here, and Kyrie to top it all off already with an Olympic roar.
Remember as well, now that they have the enhanced Lord, all CW needs to do is flicker onto the base. 4 shots is all it takes from the Wesker. With the help of his team, maybe he can just hit it once and it'll be over.
Ang laki ng lamang nila, 13k, kahit di na sila mag-Lord eh. Pero syempre, Lord na. Para tapos talaga. No. Hindi, may Lord na pala. Pucha, naka-Lord na pala, hindi natin napansin. Pucha, kasalanan ng cameraman talaga, nakakainis talaga eh. May Lord na pala. Wala na, GG na, 13k. Pucha, sobrang tindi na ng aura pag na-depa yan. Sobrang tindi na ng aura pag na-depa yan. Patay agad yung ano, dragon eh. Wala na, tower lock.
Wiping every member, securing number 1 for at least a week.
Kyrie is the best! Grabe si Kyrie, guys.
Beautiful play.
Yes!
ONIC Esports.
Mga ganun pa.
Wasn't even
Ano sabi?
a game at that point. That
Galdic trial
was-
pungkok.
that was a
Hindi natin
smart,
naiintindihan eh.
good Aura Fire. They were forced into a position to where they had to force these really early on
Hey.
aggressive fights. They had to go in rather easy, faster, because They were on the time bomb. They didn't have the late game comp that ONIC Esports has with the Phobias, with the Beatrix, with the Valentina. And unfortunately, even from that early game, ONIC Esports were able to
Plastic
dominate.
Kyrie, no?
And
Grabe.
so, this really does show that it does get cold
Yun na nga!
top at
Yun na
number
nga!
1 of the standings here in week